We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams that don't like each other much. One will go to Super Bowl 53 as we're underway in the 2019 NFC title game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Bridgewater. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Now a first down carry by Jones. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that score's a big relief to a coach. Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, listen, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive. Crosby on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose. Now he's hit. Bridgewater loses the football. On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Play fake. Bridgewater. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well. Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they? Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way. On third down, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play for the Saints on third down. 43 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there. And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Bridgewater again. That is caught inside the 5. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws. Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help. I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense. They'll run here with Ingram. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
319. Back north. Zoom.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 77 yards. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Crosby on now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Off the play fake, Bridgewater lets it fly for Thielen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Strong right! Strong right! Let it in! Green 18! Hey, check 26! Green 18!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
The give is to Jones. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Let's go, come on. Wide left.
The give to Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
319. Zoom. Yeah, Liz.
To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's caught, Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
319.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to the ground with Williams. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, Williams. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
319.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Play action now. Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball. Thomas, the intended target, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Going deep here for Bryant. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And some strong running. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
319!
On second down, here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
319! 319! Hey, check 26! 319!
On third and long, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater now. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man is Thielen, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards there and a first down. They go play action. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll go again to Jones. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Zoom. Hey, 50.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
319. Hey, check 26. Yeah. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking for the end zone. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Crosby can't get it to come back. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And some room to maneuver. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his second touchdown of the night. And the Saints are back within a score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rodgers now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
319.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they had that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. Good
work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down. 319.
This is Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Hey. 319.
Here's Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. A critical error there in a tight game to the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Following the interception, here's Hackenberg going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On 2nd down, Kamara, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
And two big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Hackenberg now, just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Hackenberg. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. Shot here for Hackenberg. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.